Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Contra Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And we're live. Sorry, I'm behind the scenes. Give me 1 second. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Ladies first.
What's up, guys? I'm Melanie Nix. You guys knew me on the Nix's podcast, which is now altered into House of Nix Media.
And I'm Aaron Robinson, guitar player for the metal band Blood of Angels, based in Tampa, Florida.
And I'm Rob. You guys should know me by now, hopefully.
Who are you?
Who am I?
I don't know you.
I think it's Rob. It says Rob on the screen. I'm not
Oh.
sure, but I'll believe it.
Hey, Rob.
All right.
So, Mel, do you want to start off, ladies first, or do you want me to get into it?
I can go ahead. How was music introduced to you? Probably at a young age, but what was the startup moment where you went, oof, this is what I want to do?
Very early. My father was my grandfather was a jazz pianist. He played with some of the greats back in the day with Buddy Rich and Benny Goodman and people like that. So he used to always practice when I visited him, and I loved it. And I sat beside him while he played. And I had a love for music even then, and he even started me on ear training even back then. Hitting notes and having me identify it, and more advanced in the chords and everything. Guitar, I fell in love with that. I really wanted to play guitar when I was 10, and my dad came home with the Randy Rhoads tribute album. And, I heard Randy played before because my dad is like a big rocker, metal guy from that period of time, Blue Oyster Cult, Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, so a lot, MC5, a lot of the bands from that, 70s era. So, but when I heard the playing live on that recording, it mesmerized me at a young age, and that's all I've ever really wanted to do. And I've just been beating at it for 38 years now.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So, is there any type of music that you listen to that people will be shocked you listen to?
Probably new age music, I would say. Mostly like from the 90s stuff, like Enigma and Enya, Sarah Brightman.
Ooh.
Yeah. I love a lot of the stuff from that genre.
Very nice. Sarah Brightman. That's just I'm glad you bring that name up. I think she's underrated. I think she's not known enough. She's not I don't know.
Yeah, she should be a bigger star than she is, but I know she has her following. The last few times I've seen her, was sold out arena tours. So
the ones that know her know.
Yeah, she's definitely very successful, but I think she's one of the greatest singers, of all time. She's a spectacular performer. So I really enjoy it.
That voice is just so powerful, so clear.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So you said you've been in the music for like over 30 years. So you must have a lot of good experience, bad experience. What's your favorite show that you've ever done?
I think when I toured in South America, how long has it been now? 11 years now. My former band, we headlined the Calarca Metal Fest.
Okay.
And it was a packed theater. I'll give it to the promoters. Actually, the promoters on that tour were fantastic because a lot of the crowd knew our songs, and just being up there and playing and them singing the songs back. And every time I played a melody line on the guitar, they're chanting along with the melody line, like a lot of stuff you see on the live Iron Maiden videos. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen on my first tour down there, but it did happen. And the fact that I used to I see that with other bands and great bands down there, and the fact that it was happening to us and was incredible for me.
Definitely must have been something really cool. Like to have people sing your lyrics back to you and the melody on your guitar line and everything, that must be incredible.
Oh yeah, it was. It was. It's definitely probably one of the memories I'll have when when your life flashes before your eyes. That'll definitely come up as like probably one of the first two or three. But yeah, I mean I would say I point that out. That was probably one of the most awesome shows. I mean I've had others, but yeah, that really just takes the cake, especially because of the size of the crowd.
So this question goes out for both of you. If you were stuck in an elevator with one cartoon character, who would you want it to be?
I'll go with Goofy. Because he's funny, but also he has a practical side to his character too. To him, I mean, I guess he is kind of a little bit of a tech whiz. Even though he shocks himself every time he does anything with electric anything electric, but I think he'd probably be the most useful in that situation.
I'll go for pure entertainment. Roger Rabbit. I wouldn't be bored for the whole time I'd be there.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Especially when he starts singing, he bashes his head against the wall repeatedly because of
Exactly.
That'd
Exactly.
be
What
fun.
about you, Rob? Let's throw it back at you.
Well, okay. Well, I'm going to want to get the hell out of there. I don't like small spaces. I mean, I could be at a concert with millions of people, be fine, but in certain, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say Inspector Gadget.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I'm getting the hell out of there.
Yeah.
I'm getting the hell out as soon as possible. I don't like small spaces. No. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that.
No,
get
Inspector
that.
Gadget I can see work. Yeah, that definitely work. Especially he's got that. Doesn't he have like the laser, out of his finger or something? He probably cut through it.
Well, then he has a helicopter on his head, so
Yeah, after he cuts open the hole, yeah, for sure. Cool.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one to get out of there, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wanted to stay, probably Snarf from Thundercats.
Okay.
Because I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's see. You said your grandfather was very influential on your music.
Yeah.
So he would be one. Can you name two other people, whether you know them or not? It could be like just an artist, just that you would call mentors. Like who helped you out with your music?
Well, I mean, let's see. Okay. I mean, even for. All right. Well, actually, I mean, I do know these people, but they have given me really good advice. I would say Rob Barrett from Cannibal Corpse and James Murphy from Death and Testament.
Nice.
Mostly, I mean, not that they taught me, and like I never really played with them, but really a lot of worthy advice, a lot of good business knowledge and business sense. I mean, both those guys are really wonderful with people, and anybody who wants to communicate with them at all, they're definitely open for that.
What's the best advice you could pass on to somebody that's starting up or trying to make it?
Trying to make it. Let's see. If you're trying to make it, live with your parents and save every dollar you can. Because Bions are a bitch. I mean, we've gotten offered some amazing tours, but then they want me to cough up $15,000. Yeah.
You're not guaranteed to make that back.
No, there's no making that back. They say you're going to make it back in merch. I mean, I'm sorry, but two people here, metalhead fans and myself. How many times have you bought the opening band, the very first band on a tour that you do not know who the heck they are merchandise?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't been on a tour in a long time. The only shows I've been seeing for the past year, 2 years is pretty much indie bands. I'm trying to give my money back to the little guys that are trying, because I'm part of the little guys that are trying. So I'm trying to give back to the community. honestly, when I used to go to shows, like big shows, it depends on the band. If I like them, I'll buy something. If I don't, you know, you know how it is. But I get what you're saying when you're the first band on the headlining tour.
I'm
People
not
are
per
not
se
necessarily there for you, but you know.
Hmm.
I'm not per se a merch person, but I will pick up a CD.
Okay.
I'm not a merch person. I'm a very minimal person. I don't. I'll pick up a CD.
Most of the time when you're the buy-on band, you're allowed to have like one shirt design. That's most of the time
Ooh.
has to be of equal price to the headliner. You don't really get any opportunities to post any table items or anything else such as that.
So one.
So, for example, like 4-band bill, first band's a buy-on. You're going to see Amon Amarth. What are most people going to spend their merch money on? Amon Amarth. Cannibal Corpse is a second band. So, I mean, the chances, so meanwhile, you're traveling around the country spending gas. You need money for your own personal bills so you're not homeless when you come home. So making that 15 grand back, or, it's just not happening. I mean, at least for those of us that have to work for a living.
So
So,
you're telling me one design only, plus probably merch cuts too. Yeah, that's not even feasible.
no, it's not. It's not at all.
I mean, I regardless, I've never been on stage. I've never played out. I mean, I play shitty acoustic, not shitty, but mediocre at the
Mhm.
best. Yeah, no. Literally one. When you said one design only and probably merch cuts on top of it, hell no.
Yeah.
I mean,
A lot of money. That's for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So that's why I've resounded with the fact of, just doing my own stuff, hitting it at the club level. And at least that way I probably get a couple $100 per show. And yeah, and at the end of the day, at least the tour doesn't cost me anything. But yeah, I mean, some of these are really big buy-ons. Some of the festivals are too. You see a festival, of course, the big names: Slipknot, Nine Inch Nails, Metallica, Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
The big headlining bands, and the next 4 or 5 bands that are pretty well known. Then you see the next 15 bands that are playing on stages scattered around the festival. You don't know who they are. You never heard of them before.
Yeah.
They paid upwards to $5,000 for that privilege to play that show.
That's crazy. Pay to play for me is just I understand why they do it, but at the same time I don't understand why they do it.
well,
I
I
understand it takes
mean,
money to put the shows on and everything, but $5,000 for a band that's just trying to get out there is kind of shitty.
all it
Yeah.
is, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
all it is them trying to cover their own ass.
Yes, it is.
Point
Exactly.
freaking blank.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, so we don't know if their draw is gonna draw. We don't know if we're gonna sell all our water or our beer. If it's a 2-day thing, it's not too horrible. But if it's a 1-day thing, what are we gonna do with the leftovers? That's why they do it.
Yeah. That's definitely one reason. Yeah.
It's like us with Uncle Sam. We've never met him. Hands out.
Oh, of course.
So that's exactly why they do it, and it's smart, but it's a smart tactic, but a dumb tactic as well.
Well, I mean, how I see it is, I mean, it hurts the future, because yeah, a lot of the bands that are headlining these things, and I mean, I'm no young person either, but I mean, I'm just saying they're a little long in the tooth.
Yeah.
They are. How much longer is Metallica going to go on? Nico just retired from Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
I think it's only a matter of maybe a few more years before the rest of them do. I mean, Bruce already dealt with cancer once, and he pulled through, and that's amazing. But I hope that doesn't
Do you
happen
believe that at
again.
one point enough is enough? Do you believe that at one point you kind of have to realize that maybe it's your time to go sit out, or do you think they should keep pushing till?
No, I don't think it's their time to go sit out. No,
Oh.
I'm just saying is this eventually what's going to happen with the business when those guys step to the side and they haven't developed any new younger bands to come up to replace them as headliners to keep these festivals going. I mean, like, I mean, there are very few bands. I think probably Ghost, maybe off the top of my head, maybe really being the only one that have like come out since 2000. Yeah, Five Finger Death Punch too. Yeah, I don't know if they were like late 90s or in the 2000s, but I don't know them that well. But I mean, they're not. I'm just saying, there's not a whole lot of bands that have come past the year 2000 that could bring in 25,000 people, 30,000 people to headline a mega festival.
Oh, absolutely. No, I agree with
As
that.
a name. That's but
Yeah.
but I'm just saying there isn't really that development of younger bands that come.
Well, I think there's I don't like using the term, but oversaturation of bands also. It's like, especially, I mean, I'm part of the COVID wave where everybody was part of a band from their living room. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
and I think from there, I think it kind of, there's a lot of bands out there. There's even here, just here in North Carolina where I'm at, there's a lot of bands, but it feels like you're always seeing the same bands putting on shows.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's like the part of promotion, like, you know what I mean? Like when you're putting on shows, maybe not always having the same bands, and it's I don't know. I get tired of seeing the same band doing the 5 same songs.
Okay.
4 months in a row.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like, I normally average about 36 concerts a year or more for personal and this and everything else. But if you haven't came out with anything in the last 10 years or so, and I know what you're going to play, all your staples, that's my happy place. I'm still going to be in awe every time I hear the song, but the price tickets on half of it, I'm like, F this.
I was gonna say that the price tickets. My kid hit me. I want to go see Pierce the Veil next year. $400 a ticket. How am I,
What?
how am I supposed to give that to my kid? She doesn't want
Oh,
to sit in
God.
the lawn. We could sit in the lawn for $50 a ticket. She doesn't want to sit back there.
Maybe less.
Yeah. Yeah. She actually wants to
$400 a ticket? I mean, I
I-
love, like, it's a lot of money. We're 3, you know what I mean? So that's without the fees. That's just base price.
Yeah.
I'm a GA person. I don't like seats nonetheless. I'm at a certain venue. I'm very tall. I'm a big guy. My knees are going to hit the other back of the seat. Not comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes, when you see me at a certain venue, yes, I'm always in the 100 section. But I'm just saying in general, Korn is my favorite band, and everybody knows that.
Okay.
I'm not spending $400 for GA or 6 something.
No.
I love them to death, and honestly, if it was 95, maybe 100, 150, 180, doable. But not for 400, 600, whatever the case may be, a GA ticket.
I mean, I remember in 1992, date myself, where when the big Metallica Guns N' Roses tour happened, and
I wanted to go so
was,
bad.
huh?
I said I wanted to go so bad,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
I was too young. I was
I was
too
16.
young.
It was great.
I was too young.
Yeah, but I mean, my friends and I, of course, back in the day, we camped out at Specs Music, where they had the Ticketmaster booth the night before. We got tickets right in the lawn, $35
Yep.
in the lawn. And when when Metallica was playing, I was only 3 guys away from the barrier, and Guns N' Roses was a headliner, and Faith No More was the opener for $35. You're telling me that I had, for that same experience to see Metallica on this current tour, it's worth $1,500? I'm like, wait a second. I saw them back in 92 when they just did the Black album. They're in their 30s. They're in their prime. You're telling me they're better now?
Supply and demand.
As much older men than they
Supply
were
and
back
demand.
then? They're better performers now? No, I
It's
don't think they are.
it's literally supply and demand. How does Taylor Swift sell her tickets at $2,000 a ticket? Because
Oh yeah,
all these kids are like, I want to see Taylor, so they can hike up those prices. It's ridiculous.
I've heard an even crazier one with Taylor Swift. I saw the Bill Maher podcast, his podcast. He had Nikki Glaser on. She's
Yeah.
a big Taylor Swift person. She said she went to 6 of her shows and she paid 10 grand each a ticket to be like in the front.
Good for her.
Well,
Good
I know
for
she's a famous
her.
comedian, but I mean, I'm just
I
saying,
mean,
you got 10 grand. You have to be Nikki Glaser to have that experience.
like I'm
Come
not
on.
throwing shade or anything. Good for her.
Yeah.
If I had the money, I'd be front row at Corn every freaking night they played around here.
See, I still
But
wouldn't. I still wouldn't because I don't believe in paying that much money to sit there for a show. With that much money, I mean, I could go see how many indie bands and buy out all of their merch. You know what I mean? Like I guess that's just my age showing. I'm tired of paying for people that, you know what I mean? Like give it back to the small guys. That's why I'm such an indie person right now. I'm such a
And us
let's
indie
go see
bands, thank you for
locals.
that.
Let's go see local bands.
Because we need that.
Like this is what I do. I go see bands and I just start buying all their stuff. Every concert, every show I go to, we make it a point to each get a t-shirt. See, there's my Eden on Fire t-shirt. Every I mean, I think I have more band t-shirts now than I have regular t-shirts, which is an accomplishment I'm pretty proud of.
That's cool.
We do what we can, right? How would you define success, Aaron?
Being able to do what you love to do, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
I know we're far from the biggest band of anything, but we had the 4 of us have great camaraderie. We just recently finished a new album. I mean, it took us a couple years, mostly because of studio scheduling and cost. It's not cheap to make
Yeah.
a record.
no, it's not.
Huh?
I'm agreeing with you. It's not.
Yeah. So it took us a couple years, but also at the same time, we really collaborated on the writing process.
Nice.
And the end result, we feel, we can't wait to put it out. And I mean, we feel very good about it.
Do you have a date
And,
on that? Or
hmm?
do you have a date on when it's going to be released or around? Or what are you guys
I'm
aiming
thinking,
for?
I'm thinking June. The reason for that is that so we can actually put together money to really do a marketing campaign that, so
Yeah.
people know it really exists. Instead of just putting it out there and putting, social media and hoping,
Yeah.
I mean, actually really like I've been in contact with Decibel Magazine about running half-page ads. Also Metal Hammer in the UK and
Very nice.
Metal Urge
Nice.
also in Central Europe Legacy. So some of the people that we, the magazines we've been in before, so we're trying to get a budget together to actually do like an ad campaign that, will make somewhat of an impact to go, to scream, hey, we're here.
Absolutely.
Give us a listen. If you like it, great. If you don't, hey, but I appreciate you giving it a try. But yeah, I mean, we're in a good place like that. We're we're getting some U.S. tours set up for this year with our new booking agent, and and so far that's coming together pretty well. We're doing Arkansas Death Fest in May.
Okay.
We're looking to go to Europe for the first time in September. Starting in the Czech Republic, ending in Romania, hitting Central and Eastern Europe.
That's gonna be freaking awesome.
Yeah, and the dates for that are coming together. I think there's really like Slovakia, Slovenia, and Croatia, kind of like 3 shows in the middle that we really need to secure. But we got like the beginning and the end, books. So
that energy is going to be out the roof.
It's different. It's different over there.
It's different It's different energy.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean, things are. Yeah, we're happy. I mean, things are looking great. We're giving it our best, and and it's up to you. Where the chips fall, for us, So, but I mean, we are going to. I mean, one thing I can promise is that we are putting our best foot forward, and we are going to do the best we can, and writing and putting on a show, and we'll see what happens.
Question for your writing process.
Hmm.
Is it skeletons or is it you write the lyrics first, then after that you start playing and see what sticks?
One song on the album we had the lyrics first, and I built the music around it. And the song when the album comes out, the song will be called "Minds of the Broken." Um, basically it's about soldiers dealing with PTSD. So Randy already had the lyrics for the song done. So within the lyrics, I kind of reading it over and over and over again. I kind of found a rhythmic pattern to put riffs around, and we constructed that song that way. Most of the time, I usually come up with the guitar stuff first. I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do musically, and I write the song first, and then and then we put in drums and bass, and then after we kind of have the song formulated, Randy puts his lyrics to it. And that's mostly how the song process goes. But I mean, there are a few times that it varied up a little bit. Another song that's on the album that was different was the final song we have titled "Nevermore." And that started with Maggot's bass. It's this really cool haunting bass riff that we use kind of as the foundation to build the rest of the song around.
So do you ever play by click or no?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, after we have the song together, then we formulate the click track to match.
That's awesome. I love to hear how everybody's different in their creation process, right? So
Hmm.
it's fun to hear every band how they go from A to Z. And um, what would you like to leave behind as a legacy? What do you want to be remembered as?
Wow, that's a deep question.
That was
I like it
that
though.
funny thing.
They
That was my
happen.
next question.
Well,
Wow.
we got the good ones.
Yeah, no, you do. Um, that anybody that has ever known me just knows that I did the very best I could with the best effort. I mean, for my family, for my wife, um, my bandmates, the music itself. I fought the good fight, and I made the very best effort. Yeah, to achieve artistically whatever it is we have achieved.
So this will be a fun one for you.
Okay,
I haven't asked this question in maybe a couple months.
sure.
Your last supper.
Hmm.
Who are your 12 disciples, and you have to have one female. No family members, so you don't piss anybody off. It could be music. It could be music related. It could be cartoon. It could be Archie Bunker. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But one female has to be present.
Okay. 12 people. 12 people to have dinner with. For the Last Supper, one female. Let's see. As Joan Jett would be the one female.
Okay.
For sure. The rest of them, I would go with Bill Maher, Richard Dawkins. Let's see. So I'm a 3. Sam Harris, Christopher Hitchens, Kerry King, Bruce Dickinson, Steve Harris, Andre Segovia, Van Gogh.
With both ears or one ear?
I'll take him with a 1 ear. That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, he passed away with a 1 ear.
So just make sure he's on the right side.
Oh yeah. And he can have the bandage on. That helps identify it. Salvador Dali and George Burns. Then it rounds it up.
Another part of that. What are you serving? What is your last meal? What are you serving? It can be anything in the world.
Yeah, no. Probably spaghetti bolognese, like a really good Italian spaghetti bolognese, like authentic stuff. I mean, like basically like what I had in a cafe in Rome that was across from the Vatican a few years ago. That was like amazing. That would be perfect.
Authentic. That's why it was so good. It was
Yeah. I mean, having it in Italy, it's always another world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's have a fun question here. Well, fun for me, not as much fun for you, I'm sure.
We'll give her best.
Evil curse is placed on you, and for the rest of your life, you can only listen to one song, not one album, not one song, on repeat.
One song on repeat forever and ever.
Forever and ever. Which one would it be?
I think Typo Negative. Everything Dies.
Yes.
That's the first thing that popped in my head when you asked that question.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's my funeral song, by the way, just to put it out in the universe.
I have a couple.
Okay.
Can't have a couple. It's one. Can't have a couple. It's one. That's it. Like right now. It happens to you right now. What do you pick?
Probably My Last Resort by Killswitch.
All right.
Okay.
Good choice.
I'm sorry, it's My Last Serenade. Sorry, it's not Last Resort.
Oh, yeah. Last Resort, I think that's Papa Roach, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That lyric is in there as well, so I got it mixed up for a second.
That's true. I can see that.
If you could have
songs out there.
If you could have one lyric tattooed on yourself, what would it be? It doesn't have to be your own.
Oh no, I got to avoid that. Let's see. Let me think of another.
Since you said that, I have to.
Emotional, damn it!
No. Just not trying. Just staying within the boundaries of the conversation.
Oh, okay. I had to. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. No. Emo stuff is something I run from. I avoid that stuff like the plague. Oh, jeez. Honestly, I can't think of anything. I really can't. Not something to have tattooed. No, that's a good question, though. I mean, yeah, not without going in without the confines of the show. Honestly.
All right.
I mean, most of the lyrics I'm thinking of are Slayer lyrics, so
Okay.
So
just raining blood. That's all. If you could be any object in the world and people are not objects, what would you want to be?
Any object in the world.
I think I know Mel's answer.
These are deep psychological questions. So it has to be a non-living object.
I mean, an object is an object. It could be a tool is not living, so it could be a hammer if you wanted it to be.
Yeah. I would say a video game system brings a lot of people joy.
Okay. Just a console or a game as well?
A console.
Okay, because if you're going Nintendo, you still get blown, so you're fine.
Fucking Rob, man.
Well, you used to. I don't know. Do they do that with a Switch? I don't know if they blow those little things anymore.
No,
Chip game.
not like we used to do with Nintendo's.
Say what?
That's fun.
So Mel, what's your answer?
Maria Brink's microphone.
What color is the microphone?
I don't know. I'm not paying attention to the microphone, Rob. Obviously.
It's probably purple. It's fine.
Oh man, that purple microphone. Here we go.
Yeah, purple
again,
microphone.
guys.
Sorry, insider.
You guys haven't seen me on TikTok. You don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, insider. It's fine.
Yeah, we can't bring the purple microphone out here. She's not here.
No, we cannot. No, we cannot.
Rosie's not here.
Uh,
How do you interact with people? Like when you're doing a show, you're the guitar player.
Yeah.
What's your interaction with the crowd?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of high fives. You know, I reach out to the people. You know, they reach back up to me. A lot of high fives. I give away a lot of guitar picks. Yeah. The one thing that we do as a band is there's no such thing as backstage.
Okay.
So we don't go hang somewhere or disappear. You know, we're basically in the venue, having beers with everybody, you know, around the merch booth, talking to everybody. And
So if we come see
when
you
it's time
at
to
a
go on
show-
stage, we go on stage.
If we come see you at a show, what do we offer you? What kind of beer do you like? Or is it a drink or is it a shot? What's the pregame warm up there?
Jack on the rocks, but light on the ice, maybe 1 or 2 cubes.
Okay.
There we go.
In a nice tall 16-ounce glass. usually I ask for 4 shots with 2 cubes when I go to a venue. Yeah, I'm a Jack guy.
I'm the opposite. I'm Johnny.
Okay.
I mean, if there's Jack, I'll drink Jack, but namely Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean Johnny Walker's great. Unfortunately, like a lot of venues we play don't have it. Yeah. I mean, they don't really keep a good scotch like that.
Jack is the affordable one. That's
Yeah.
It's
It's
more
more
have on
reasonable.
shelves. Yeah.
And the thing, and I prefer number 7 over Gentleman Jack. You know, I mean, I like it with a little more, you know, kick to it, and as opposed to, that going through the
Smoother.
second mellowing process.
Yeah.
Smoother. You know, it's like when I've been in the Dominican Republic, and we went to this one place, trying, you know, at a rum distillery, trying different rums, and we tried a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old. My favorite was the 4. You know,
Can we rephrase that a little bit because it didn't come out so.
You want to repeat that?
Yeah, but in a different way.
Okay.
I know it's the ages of the
rums?
product.
Yeah.
Of the product. Somebody
Yeah.
might take it. They might take the ages differently.
Well, I mean, we're talking about liquor. Okay.
No, I know what we're talking about. If somebody came,
Okay.
I know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. That I visited a rum distillery in the Dominican Republic, and and we were doing a tasting of different rums, and they had various different ages. They had a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old, 12-year-old rum, a 10-year-old rum, an 8-year-old rum, and a 4-year-old rum, and I preferred the 4-year-old rum. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Is that okay for the woke
No.
crowd?
No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
If I heard it the wrong way, somebody else was going to, so I didn't want any of us getting in trouble.
I got you.
No, we're good.
I mean, press pause and go back about 2 or 3 minutes and get in context, and then you guys will understand everything that we're talking about.
Yeah, we should put a
Like,
timestamp on. I should put a
Not
timestamp
even.
on that.
Not even. Don't worry. The woke people don't watch metal podcasts. What's the plans for the
No,
coming
most of the time
months?
they don't. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
What's the plan for the coming months? I know that there's the album release, there's the tours. You guys gonna do shows? You guys gonna release singles, or is it just an EP?
Oh, it's going to be busy, very, very busy. On the 25th, 26th, we're participating in a display called the Tampa History of Metal Museum. Eventually,
Okay.
it's going to be an actual physical museum.
Wow.
But right now, we're just going to exhibit, and it's for anybody's watching lives in Tampa. It's going to be at a microbrew on Nebraska Avenue. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but we're going to have our Hollywood Independent Music Award trophy. That's what we're going to be displaying there from when we won that in 2023.
That's cool.
I
said that's cool.
Yeah. But there's going to be other things, guitars and memorabilia from bands like Cannibal Corpse and Obituary and Morbid Angel, Nasty Savage, Savatage from back in the day, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Brutality. Basically, like many of the bands, that have, since the 80s, a lot of the memorabilia is going to be on display. So that's from January 25th and 26th. We got the Paths of Destruction Festival. That's in Arcadia, Florida. A bit more south. That's February 7th. And then it's just a lot of rehearsal until we hit the road in April for Arkansas Death Fest. That's in the beginning of May. Then we're planning on doing a Midwest U.S. tour in July, 3 weeks, and then going to Europe in September for 3 weeks. And and then somewhere in there, probably early June, we'll be putting out the next album, Leonx the Thanatos, which translates the fear of death, and that'll be sometime in June. So very busy year.
What is your bucket list venue to play?
Wacken Festival in Germany.
That's a big one.
Yeah,
that's a big one. I know
Yeah.
a lot of metal bands want to get there.
yeah, that or Hellfest in France, one or the other.
I mean, speaking of France, wasn't it cool to see Gojira on the castle there at
Of
the
course it
beginning of
was.
the Olympics?
Yeah.
Like, to bring a
that's
metal
Europe for
band
you.
into this, let's go. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny listening to the NBC announcers, like not really knowing what to make of it. Thankfully Kelly Clarkson had a clue. She's like, "Oh my God, it's a metal band!" It's like, "Oh, they had heavy metal in it." So
And then all of us were going, "Oh my God, it's Gojira!"
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, you had probably millions of people like going on Google trying to find out who they are. But yeah,
right after that, wearing their T-shirts. I loved every minute of that. Not really.
There's nothing more metal than metal band tied up to a castle in France while they're speaking about Marie Antoinette. I'm sorry, that's metal as fuck.
Yeah, with multiple Marie Antoinettes with her head in her arm. I mean, that's
right.
Yeah. That's France for you. Oh, it's great.
It was a great moment. Probably one of the best from the Olympics, if you ask me. But
Yeah.
Now we just have to hit the Super Bowl and everything will be great.
Yeah,
be better than most of those half shows. Seriously.
I'm waiting for it. Like I hope at least in the next 20 years. I mean,
Eventually.
Or even or even pop punk, something. I can't with. I mean, don't mind me. I really enjoyed Eminem, Dr. Dre, and
Snoop, and
Snoop. That was amazing. I haven't seen one that I'm glued to the screen, like.
Yeah.
I don't want a cigarette and I don't want to piss. Like I haven't in a while.
Yeah.
If they're not going to have Metallica now,
it's not going to happen.
I don't think it's not going to happen because there's I mean, a lot and no knock on any of the bands out there. There are a ton of great bands that are doing really good music that, deserve that attention. But once they go, I would think there's not really going to be a band in metal that is going to be as large as them, to command that. Yeah, if it's not
No, I
Metallica
agree.
now, then I don't think it's not going to happen. At
I
least
agree
not
with that.
anytime soon. You know, I mean, the major end of the industry really wants all of us to go away.
Yeah, but to make it back then, to make it somewhere was hard. You know, to get your music to play on radio was a feast.
Hmm.
Now anybody and their uncle and their dogs could go on Spotify and make a song.
That's true.
I
That's
It's
might
true.
make one
And that's why
tomorrow.
there's 100. I read today. There is 100 million songs. Is it 100 million? I think that's probably an over exaggeration. But anyway, it's a large amount of songs that don't even get more than 10 plays a year.
oh, for sure,
You
Yeah.
know, more than half of Spotify doesn't even get more than 10 plays a year.
for sure,
You know,
absolutely. I believe that.
you know. I mean, I think to a certain degree, you gotta cut it off somewhere.
Well, they started doing, they're not paying until you get at least 1,000 plays. So I think they're
Yeah.
starting to make those cuts. They're starting to want to discourage the people that don't. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Eh, I don't know. It's hard to put like, okay, but this platform could be just for musicians, and this platform could be for hobbyists. Because some people do music just for hobby. Some people
Yeah,
do music as
Yeah.
something that they want to pursue, and other
which is
people,
wonderful.
exactly. But how do we, at this point, it would be how to create different platforms for different type of people, and I don't know. It seems to be complicated. I'm not very tech savvy, so
Yeah. No,
if
I'm not either. I get that.
um, I've asked these questions every interview I've done for the past 2 years. Every time I host an interview, I always ask this question because I think it's important. Could help anybody that's viewing this podcast. Hell, it could even help me or Rob. Um, if you could sit down with a younger version of yourself at any age, at any time, what would you tell yourself?
Don't marry my first wife.
Why is that the number one? Ding, ding, ding. Number one answer.
Because looking back at my life, it's the only mistake I've made. I mean, in all honesty, though.
Emotional, damn it!
Fair enough.
Yep. Yep. Emotional damage.
It is. I know the younger version of me would be happy with what I'm doing, and and the fact that I'm still pursuing this, and and going on tour and doing things. So, I mean, yeah, it's good. It's good.
So be wiser in your choice of your first wife. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. For
It's number one answer, so don't feel bad. It
No, I
literally
no,
is.
I don't,
I,
but
Number
it's
one
honest
answer.
too,
Exactly. Exactly.
I've
Yeah,
also heard that. I've heard that one a lot as well.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
So, one bucket list item that you're going to try to accomplish this year.
Um, bucket list item.
Yeah.
Um, no, I mean, yeah, I would say the European tour. I mean, it's not really a bucket list because I've done it once before, but it's great to make it happen. That's really just the amazing thing. Other than that, I mean, like I said, I'm just going to be so busy, either on the rehearsal side of the band or the business side of the band or the traveling performing side of the band. Um, there's not really going to be any much time outside of that this year to do much of anything else.
So, Mel, what is yours?
A bucket list item?
Yeah.
Be on stage. Sing a song on stage with a band at least once this year.
That's a good one.
Let's do it.
Sure.
Working on some music. Not at the moment because, I gotta. You know him, Rob. It's the other Rob.
Yeah.
So as soon as I can get with him and we could start
Yeah, I
working
know.
on some stuff, we have some cool covers coming up. and then I have my original song at one point. We're working on it. Like
And
you said, I'm trying to take my time. I'm trying to give out the best product. I don't want to rush it. Rob's seen what happens if I rush projects. It's chaos. I'm not proud. I'm still talking about it today, how I'm not proud of
I,
that one. So I'm taking my time with this one.
Yeah, no, you have to. You have to. You got to make sure it's right. You
Yep.
know, I've made that mistake a few times myself, so I completely understand.
like my biggest one this year, I want my goddamn play button. That's all I want. I mean, I told you before, I'm not a material person. I'm not a material girl in a material world, but I'm not a girl at all. But I'm just saying in general, like, I want to accomplish that this year. Like, I've been pushing, and I mean, there's other things on that list, but I'm saying for this part of my life, next 6 months, I want to see that in my hands.
Okay, definitely.
Keep
I mean,
working
I
at
mean,
it.
I mean,
Keep at it.
hopefully by July 1st. But I mean,
That'd be really
hopefully.
nice. Mm.
That's a good goal. Definitely.
So before we wrap this up, guys, promote anything you want to promote now. Forever hold your peace.
Should I go first, or
Yes.
lady, you want to go, Melanie?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Bit of a list this year. Let's see. If you're in the Tampa area, come check out the History of Metal Museum. You can find that online. You know, it'll be on the 25th and 26th. Also, if you're in South Florida, the Path to the Destruction Metal Fest, it'll be in Arcadia, Florida at the Herd Opera House. It'll be a great time. Also, Arkansas Death Fest is coming up. We will be hitting the stage on the Saturday on May 3rd in the evening around 8:30, but come for both days. It'll be incredible if you're into extreme music, anything from black metal to death metal to grindcore. It'll all be there. And then on top of that, our album, Leonce Thanato, will be out sometime in June. And look for us on the road. We'll be hitting some dates, probably Alabama, Mississippi, on our way to Arkansas Death Fest, coming back Oklahoma, Texas, New Orleans, and a couple in Florida. We're going to be hitting the Midwest. We're going to be back up there in the summer, starting in Michigan in the beginning of July, looking to end in Atlanta, Georgia, and hitting all points in between. And then we can't wait to bring Blood of Angels to Europe, starting in the Czech Republic and ending in Bucharest, Romania through the month of September. So busy year. Thank you, everybody. Hope to see you all out there.
Very busy year. Look at
Yeah.
you. That's amazing. Sorry, guys. I have a tiny one running around, and he needs
That's all
my
good.
attention.
Yeah.
So, what
Yeah.
are we saying? What's going on this year with us?
Yes.
I
What's
mean,
going on?
you know what's going on with me this year. We're pushing hard on TikTok. Hopefully, it doesn't get banned, obviously. We're getting good numbers. We're building a good platform. I'm looking into revamping the podcast, but I'm not sure. I'm probably going to co host a lot with Rob. There's a lot of plans, but nothing concrete, so I can't talk too much about it. You know, when you put it out there before it's actually set, it feels like it shifts all the energy, and then you have a hard time getting to what you're. So there's a lot coming. I don't want to be the stereotypical, the keep an eye on me, check me out, big news
Yeah.
coming, but I mean, in due time, I'm gonna announce everything. For now, well, you can find me on TikTok on that at House of Nix Media, and with this guy co-hosting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So just sending a reminder that this is on Facebook, Concert Junkies Rob and John YouTube, Concert Junkies Rob and John YouTube, Twitch, it's just Concert Rob, because they would not let me finish what the hell I was saying. So, and it will probably be on TikTok later on at some point, on just under, I believe it's just under my given name, Robert M. Rosenthal.
I'm gonna have to show you things because we can now put our podcasts on TikTok, but we'll talk about that later. I saw that.
And also I am on Cameo as well. So Robert M. Rosenthal, if you need a birthday greeting, a holiday, a breakup,
Breakup. That's awesome.
a sympathy, I'll do anything. I mean, let me rephrase that. I won't. I know $20 is $20. I won't do everything, but
He said, like
you can follow me.
Meatloaf, he'll do anything for love, but he won't do that.
Exactly. Different platform, but with that being said, if you are not subscribed to me or any of these lovely people that I am with today, please subscribe to everything that they have going on.
Where's the best place to follow Blood of Angels, Aaron? To make sure that we catch up all on the updates in the news.
Best place, or check our website, bloodofangels.net, has all the information on there. You can sign up for our newsletter. We send one out every month with all the latest and greatest. Facebook at Blood of Angels 1, Instagram at Blood of Angels, and YouTube at Blood of Angels. And and we post every week, new stuff, videos. This week we worked with a British interpretive dancer, Janelle, from Alpha Studios over in the UK, and
that was really
our
cool.
latest single, Spillage, she kind of did a goth interpretive dance video. So that's her post this week. It's getting some traction. It's a lot of fun if you want to.
I watched that like 5 times already.
Oh, you have? Okay, cool.
It was freaking awesome.
Yeah. She hit us up, wanting to do like something different, as far as the dance video, because she does like a lot of EDM and hip hop stuff. So, we're like, yeah, okay, I think we can edit a song down to a minute and a half, and we did, and yeah. So
that's fun. Pretty cool.
It was done really cool. I mean, I wish this app would let me play certain things, but apparently copyright's a thing. So I don't play music on here anymore because of that. But I want to thank you both for your time, and I will actually see everybody in another 15 minutes.
And thank you for having me. Much appreciated.
Everybody have a great night.
Aaron, please let us know when the album comes out. I don't want to miss it.
You got it. Most definitely.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You have a beautiful night.
You too. Y'all take care.